Yes, it's John G. Sutton. Tales from the Jails. Thank you for watching today. And don't forget to get my book, folks. HMP Manchester Prison Officer. It's on Amazon, yeah? It's moving up the charts, actually. Anyway, I'm going to talk today a little bit about a place called His Majesty's Prison Moorland at Doncaster in Yorkshire. It's been in the news today because I believe it's Dominic Raab is saying that they've got to cut out the woke attitude that they've got. You know what I mean by woke attitude? Politically correct terminology. Because what they've been doing is, believe this or not, it's hard to believe it, coming from strange ways in the 1970s, they call the inmates, they don't call them prisoners, they call them residents. Residents or clients or service users, there we are. I wonder if they call them by Mr. Smith, Mr. Jones, Mr. Brown. Not like my Mr. Brown, Norman Brown. I don't think he was very woke. Eh? He was definitely not, yeah. But they do this because they did not want the offenders, the prisoners, the inmates to be labelled. They didn't want them to be known as inmates or offenders. And they didn't want the cells to be called cells, believe this or not. At His Majesty's Prison Moorland, cells are not cells. They're rooms. And the wings, they're not wings, they're communities. Yeah. Imagine that. And HMP Moorlan deals with sex offenders, so it's got a unit that's, or a community, shall we say community, let's stick to the woke terminology, yeah. Believe it or not, outside, I don't know if they've still got it, but outside HMP Moorland, they had a 12-foot high detailed map of the actual prison with an arrow pointing down saying, "You are here." You know, like visiting one of the National Trust homes or castles or anything like that. I highly recommend Worcester Castle if you've ever been. It's very nice. Anyway, well, they had one of them out there. So you can imagine saying, standing outside saying, "Yeah, we're here, but we want to get the drone to go over there. So, yeah, we'll take a picture of this map that they've very kindly drawn us." Seriously. I believe that they might have taken it down now. Anyway, all congratulations to the governor, who is doing her very best, because it's a lady, doing her very best to bring some civilization. She wants to bring the 21st century to the British prison system, and that's the governor is Jennifer Wallace. Congratulations, Jennifer Wallace. I doubt that you're watching this, but you're doing a wonderful job, dear. Yes, absolutely. Residents, clients and service users. So all the people who have been attacked by these sex offenders and villains and burglars and rapists that are in your prison, all their victims can rest in peace to know that they're perpetrators of their problems and their assaults and their nightmares are being treated with great respect, and that they are being addressed properly and not labelled at all. So just because they've committed a few offences against little children, they're not called sex offenders anymore. No, what I don't know what name you've got for them, you know. Perpetrators of perversion? How about that? It's alright, isn't it? Seems a little bit better than just a nonce case. You can't have that, Jennifer. Perpetrators of perversion. There's an idea for you, dear lady. From John G. Sutton. Straight from Strange Ways. Mind you, about 40 years jump forward there. Yeah, so there we have it. A little bit of nonsense. But I believe Dominic Raab, I mean, people are complaining about Dominic Raab being a bully. He's probably given them some direct speech like, "Get on with your job, you lazy bone idle bastard." And people misinterpret that as being bullying, you know. They do, don't they? You can understand it, can't you? I mean, if you're a civil servant on £125,000 a year as a permanent parliamentary secretary or something like that, you know, you don't want to be spoken to and told to do your job. You want to nip down to the club, nip down to White's, yeah. Get yourself a little brandy and converse with your fellow senior civil servants. Yeah, seriously. But anyway, that's His Majesty's Prison Moorland. There you are, Charlie. I give you a little mention there. It's near Doncaster in South Yorkshire. So if you're ever passing by, keep going. It's a shit house. I'm going to read you a poem now. I hope you're enjoying these little tales from the jails. Hey, we got a little tune there, didn't we? Hey, I'm not going to sing to you because people have been complaining. We don't complain, I warn you, you see. When the ding-dong, ring-dong, ding rings, you can escape. You don't have to be punished. But I'm going to read you a poem because the poem got some good reviews yesterday. This is another one of my favourite poems by John Betjeman. It's called Moorland. This is about John Betjeman as a child, and he had, because he lived in a rather respectable area, and he had a nurse, and I believe the nurse must have been Welsh, because the poem that he wrote about this is Moorland. I take it that that's the name of the nurse, yeah? The nursing assistant who looked after him when he was a little boy. Kind o'er the Kinderbank leans my Moorland, white o'er the playpen the sheen of her dress, fresh from the bathroom and soft in the nursery, soap-scented fingers I long to caress. Were you a prefect and head of your dormitory? Were you a hockey girl, tennis or gym? Who was your favourite? Who had a crush on you? Which were the baths where they taught you to swim? Smooth down the avenue glitters the bicycle, black stockinged legs on the navy blue serge. Home and Colonial, Star International, balancing bicycle lent on the verge. Trace me your wheeled tracks, you fortunate bicycle, out of the shopping and into the dark, back down the avenue, back to the potting shed, back to the house on the fringe of the park. Golden the light on the locks of Moorland, golden the light on the book on her knee, finger-marked pages of Rackham's Hans Andersen, time for the children to come down to tea. Oh, Fuller's Angel Cake, Robertson's Marmalade, Liberty Lampshade, come, shine on us all. My, what a spread for the friends of Moorland, some in the alcove and some in the hall. Then what sardines in half-lighted passages, locking of fingers in long hide-and-seek. You will protect me, my silken Moorland, ringleader, tomboy, and chum to the weak. Moorland by John Betjeman. When he talks about Rackham's Hans Andersen, it was an illustrated version of Hans Andersen's fairy tales. Talks about Fuller's Angel Cake, which is a delicacy, and of course Robertson Marmalade, we all know about that, and Liberty Lampshades. Liberty was a famous shop in London, and it purveyed all manner of high quality goods, so a Liberty lampshade would be an expensive lampshade. And when he talks about what sardines in half-lighted passages, sardines was a game that children played where they all crushed together, you know, and get as many people as they could into a little space. and they called it that. Yeah. In his Silken Mafan way, he obviously fantasises about this beautiful lady on her bicycle. So there we have it, Sir John Betjeman's Mafan way. I sincerely hope that you like this and prefer it probably to the songs. I was going to sing That Lucky Old Sun, which is one of my favourite songs. Up in the morning, out on the job, you work like the devil for your pay, and that lucky old sun, it ain't got nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. Anyway, I didn't do it, did I? Thank you very much for watching. This is Tales from the Jails, John G. Sutton. Don't forget to get my book. Seriously.